Malaysia, Pakistan and Turkey to initiate English language television network. Multilateralism won't work if superpowers continue to be bullies. Good evening, welcome to News on 2. I'm Jessica Lee. Malaysia, Pakistan and Turkey have agreed to initiate an English language television network to face Islamophobia challenges. Now, this will act as a platform to highlight the truth about Islam. This was announced by Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan through his Twitter account after concluding trilateral meeting with Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. The three leaders met in New York during the United Nations General Assembly or UNGA. According to Imran, misconception towards Islam should be rectified and a film on Islamic history will be produced to educate the world community. After the meeting, Tun Dr. Mahathir and Imran, who were accompanied by their delegations, continued their bilateral discussions for another 30 minutes. Earlier this week, Imran has to once again urge UN to take stern action on the issue of Kashmir. The issue will be the highlight of the Pakistan Premier's speech on the 27th of September. Tun Dr. Mahathir will also deliver a keynote speech on the same day. Now, accused of being anti-Semitic, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad contends that he is merely exercising his right to free speech when commenting on the Jews. He said this in response to a question from a student of the Columbia University at the World Leaders Forum in New York.
I'm exercising my right to free speech. Why is it that I can't say something against the Jews when a lot of people say nasty things about me, about Malaysia, and I didn't protest, I didn't demonstrate? Well, we have to be willing to listen to views which are not in our favor because of free speech. Free speech is about free speech. When you say, no, you cannot say this, you cannot be anti-Semitic, then there is no more free speech. You must remember that one English journalist was jailed for 3 months for disputing the numbers who died during the Holocaust.
The student, identifying herself as a member of a campus pro-Israeli group, asked Tun Dr. Mahathir to clarify his stand on the Holocaust. The Premier said he had not disputed the number of deaths during the Holocaust, but questioned who determined these numbers. Now, according to him, different sources had given different figures on the deaths, adding it was based on who was in favor or against the Holocaust. The current international system is such that there is nothing that the world could do to compel Indonesia to deal with widespread forest fires contributing to the haze situation in parts of Southeast Asia. While describing the developments as being based on the existing international system, Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad drew a parallel with the forest fires that occurred in Brazil. Tun Dr. Mahathir said the new president of Brazil believes in burning the forest for more agricultural activities and nobody has stopped him yet. This is because, he said, the current system does not allow any parties to interfere in the internal affairs of other countries. He also said that there will come a time when forest fires would become so severe that the whole world would be enveloped by haze.
Yeah. Well, we know the haze is caused to burning. Forest fires, big forest fires, give off a lot of smoke and dust, and the wind blows the dust all over the place. And since our neighbor has got this problem of burning forests, a lot of the wind, a lot of the smoke and dust gets blown to Malaysia. And so we have to suffer from haze. I would admit that even in Malaysia there are some burning forests, but we have taken care of that. We have all the necessary facilities for putting out fires, and we have done that. And we hope that our neighbors would allow us to help them to put out fires so that they will not suffer from the haze and we will also be freed from the haze.
Tun Dr. Mahathir was asked whether stronger actions like economic sanctions or leveraging the international community to speak up against Indonesia would help address the haze problem given the gravity of the situation. It is noted that Malaysia have expressed its intention to help Indonesia to put out the fires, but Indonesia had refused to accept the help. Police have arrested 16 people on suspicion of terrorism, including a local militant who was plotting attacks on unnamed politicians and non-Muslim groups. Now, according to Bukit Aman Special Branch Counter-Terrorism Division, or E8, Principal Assistant Director Dato' Ayub Khan Maidin Piche, the arrests were made in separate operations nationwide. Elaborating further on the matter, Dato' Ayub said the suspects comprised 12 Indonesians, 3 locals and 1 Indian national. They were detained in Sabah, Pahang, Johor, Pulau Pinang, Selangor and Kuala Lumpur.
Dan bermula pada 4 September sehingga 25 September, kita menjalankan operasi di Miri, Sarawak, Penang, Pahang, Kuala Lumpur, Selangor dan Johor. Ini membawa kepada kejayaan menangkap 10 suspek melibatkan seorang wanita, 10 lelaki dan seorang wanita, yang mana mereka ini terlibat dalam aktif dalam social media, merekrut warga negara Indonesia dan warga negara Malaysia menyebarkan ideologi Salafi Jihadi ataupun Daesh dan merancang untuk merancangkan serangan di Malaysia dan Indonesia pada masa akan datang.
Dato' Ayub further noted that the arrests were a result of cross-border cooperation between the PDRM, the Indonesian National Police, Polri, and Philippines National Police, PNP. He said all the arrests, except for the Indian national, invoked the Security Offences Special Measures Act 2012. The Indian national was arrested under the Immigrations Act and is in the process of being deported home. The Perak Fire and Rescue Department, JBPM, is prepared to face the transition of the northeast monsoon that began 2 days ago in the country. Its director, Azmi Osman, said the department is always ready to deal with any possible weather changes. He said this includes preparation of maintenance and equipment, including land and water vehicles. Besides, JBPM is also prepared in terms of sufficient manpower.
Di samping itu juga dengan tenaga manusia yang mana kita lebih kurang 1,400 orang anggota di seluruh Perak juga telah pun diberi penekanan dan juga diberi orang kata latihan-latihan berkaitan dengan tindakan-tindakan yang perlu diambil sekiranya berlaku satu insiden bukan setakat banjir tetapi juga mungkin orang kata bencana-bencana lain ekoran daripada monsun berkenaan.
He said this after corruption-free pledge program of Perak JBPM and the Malaysia Northern Territory Fire and Rescue Academy held in Meru Raya, Ipoh. The Congress of Unions of Employees in the Public and Civil Services Malaysia, or QPAX, hopes the government will introduce the City Hardship Allowance. Its President, Dato' Azim Muda, said this will help to ease cost of living of civil servants, especially those living in the cities. Meanwhile, he also hopes that the government will streamline the cost of living allowance, or COLA, to assist the civil servants. This is because, as of now, the rate of COLA is different according to location. QPAX also hope that the 2020 budget, to be tabled next month, will produce a more positive impact. He said this after opening Terengganu State QPAX annual general meeting in Kuala Terengganu. Now, police have identified 3 men aged between 35 and 40 who allegedly uploaded sensitive and seditious posts on social media in connection with the Amok case at a factory in Bayan Lepas on Monday. Bukit Aman Criminal Investigation Department's Prosecution Law Division D5 Classified Crime Investigation Unit Principal Assistant Director SAC Mio Farid Alatrash Wahid said 2 of them were from Kedah while the other was from Pulau Pinang.
Dia ni buat kenyataan dalam Facebook mereka. Benda itulah viral di Facebook dan juga di dalam aplikasi WhatsApp. So ekoran daripada benda tu viral, kita telah menerima satu laporan polis di Pulau Pinang Dan ekoran daripada laporan tersebut, kita telah menjalankan siasatan di bawah seksyen yang saya sebut tadi 505C Kanun Keresahan dan juga di bawah seksyen 233 Akta Komunikasi dan Multimedia.
In the incident, a 25-year-old man went berserk and slashed 2 workers at the factory with a machete. The attack claimed the life of a 48-year-old woman and injured a 53-year-old man. In self-defense, police shot dead the suspect at the scene.
Yeah.
The Royal Malaysian Police, or PDRM, have crippled a human trafficking syndicate by arresting 77 individuals of Malaysian and Myanmar nationalities. Now, according to Bukit Aman Special Branch Deputy Director 2, Datuk Cheong Kun Kok, the arrests were made in 12 different locations between 22nd to the 25th of September 2019. Datuk Cheong said during the series of raids conducted, the syndicate was trying to smuggle Myanmar immigrants using land routes from Thailand via Sungai Golok to Rantau Panjang, Kelantan, and later to Klang Valley, Pahang and Pulau Pinang areas. The police have been tracking the syndicate since April.
Jumlah tangkapan adalah 77 orang, terdiri daripada warga Malaysia 6, iaitu termasuk ketua sindikatnya dan pembantu dia, dan 5 ejen atau transporter yang memiliki peranan dalam rangkaian ini. Dan turut ditangkap adalah 71 rakyat Myanmar, di mana daripada 71 ini 66 merupakan migran yang diseludupkan, dan 5 daripada warga Myanmar ini juga memiliki peranan sebagai ejen atau transporter dalam sindiket.
Datuk Cheong was speaking during a special media conference in Bukit Aman Police Headquarters, which was also attended by Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Abdul Hamid Badur.
It is 2 ways, yeah?
A Bangladeshi national suspected in connection with the murder of his friend has been remanded for 7 days beginning today. The remand order was issued by Magistrate Nur Melati Diana Abdul Wahab to allow further investigation to be carried out on the suspect. The 23-year-old was earlier detained by police at Terminal Bersepadu Selatan in Bandar Tasik Selatan, Kuala Lumpur around 1 p.m. yesterday. The case is currently being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. A man aged 45 was found dead in front of a car accessory shop at Bandar Sri Botani in Ipoh, Perak last Tuesday. Further investigations revealed that the victim had 3 stab wounds on his body. A contractor who was charged with distributing cannabis has been ordered to put up his defence at the Pulau Pinang High Court today after the prosecution proved a prima facie case against him. Judge Datuk Akhtar Tahir made the decision and ordered Muhammad Izwan Mazdoki, 41, to defend himself and set 21st of October as the date for the defence case. Judge Dato Akhtar said based on the defence which was presented, the court is satisfied that the drugs were in front of the accused at the time the raid was conducted by the authorities. Muhammad Izwan was represented by counsel Manvir Singh Dillon, while prosecution was conducted by Deputy Public Prosecutor Yasinisa Begum Seni Mohidin. Dato Akhtar said the accused was given 3 choices: to remain silent, to provide his testimony in the dock, or to provide his statement under oath from the witness stand. Following discussions with Manvir, Muhammad Izwan opted to provide his testimony from the dock. Muhammad Izwan was charged with distributing the drug cannabis weighing 1,173.51 grams on the 22nd of December 2017. The charge against him was made under Section 39B, subsection 1A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, and he can be sentenced under Section 39B, subsection 2 of the same Act, which provides for a mandatory death sentence. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says the biggest threat to multilateralism is unilateralism that happens when powerful countries opt to do things their own way. The Premier said that in these instances, such countries would not consider the feelings or the thinking of other countries.
But because of its strength, has decided to make decisions and do things on its own, in its own interest, without due regard for others who are affected by whatever it is that they do.
On how multilateralism worked for Malaysia, the Premier pointed out that the country had always believed in solving things through negotiations, arbitration or the court of law. Tun Dr. Mahathir observed that the world today had become so interconnected and smaller with what countries do that would affect other countries.
On other countries. So multilateralism is something unavoidable now. You cannot be alone and independent of other countries. So acknowledging that Malaysia, having been a trading nation for a long time, decides that the world, the bigger world would become a bigger market for us. Instead of domestic market or regional market, now we have the whole world as a market. And because the whole world has become a market, it is important that all the countries of the world remain at peace and stable and is able to become a trading partner for us.
Tun Dr. Mahathir further underscored that any attempt to stop trade or to apply sanctions and so on would have negative repercussions. When sanctions were applied, he said it meant that not only the country chosen to be sanctioned suffered because of its inability to trade, but other nations too suffered because they could not trade with it.
We know the haste is caused.
In line with the Industrial Revolution 4.0, the country's livestock industry can no longer depend on technology from other countries, but instead, local industry players should be brave and aggressive in exploring new fields. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said it is along the challenge in elevating the livestock industry to be the key industry in transforming the nation's economy to become high-income economy. She said the transformation needs to be done soon to ensure the relevancy of veterinary services.
Saya yakin Jabatan Perkhidmatan Veteriner akan terus melaksanakan dasar-dasar yang selari dengan perubahan di dalam masyarakat dan industri dari segi perkembangan pengetahuan dan teknologi berkaitan dengan pertanian. Cabaran seterusnya adalah untuk mengangkat industri peternakan sebagai pemain penting dalam usaha ke arah transformasi ekonomi berpendapatan tinggi dan dalam pada masa yang sama memastikan perkhidmatan veterina sentiasa relevan terhadap keperluan warga ternak, industri ternakan dan rakyat secara amnya.
Datuk Seri Dr. Wan Azizah was speaking at the opening of the 125th anniversary celebration of the Malaysian Veterinary Services Department in Alor Gajah. She said apart from the need to provide meat and dairy products, the livestock industry is also among the important activities in rural development. A few subsectors show export growth that include the eggs, chicken, ducks and bird nest industries. In 2018, the livestock industry recorded production value of 14.785 billion ringgit and contributed 1.11% of the country's gross domestic product or GDP. The Works Ministry will table a holistic study on the proposal to abolish highway tolls in the country to the Cabinet on the 2nd of October. As Minister Baru Bian said, the Cabinet will then decide on the future of tolls in the country.
Saya nak habiskan tenaga CKK telah dimandat untuk membuat satu kajian oleh Kabinet dan kajian itu sudah siap dan kita nak berikan recommendation based on this kajian kepada Kabinet kemudian membuat satu keputusan. So that is the first phase. Ini mengenai hala tuju tol di negara ini. Dan selepas itu kalau sekiranya ada offer yang business basis itu kita akan tengok dan kita akan pertimbangkan dan kalau sekiranya dia akan membawa manfaat kepada rakyat.
He said this when asked to comment on the latest status of the study in Kota Tinggi, Johor. The ministry was given the responsibility to conduct the study in January to identify the pro and cons on the proposal to abolish the tolls. The independent body appointed to conduct the study has submitted its report to the ministry to be scrutinized. And that's it from us this evening. In our top story, Tun Dr. Mahathir says multilateralism won't work if superpowers continue to be bullies. We'll be back tomorrow at 12:30 with more updates. Till then, I'm Jessica Lee and good night.